WCBI Midday starts now.
Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us. I'm Stephanie Poole. An 8-year-old child is killed and a 5-year-old is airlifted to the hospital after a car crash in Oktibbeha County. The accident happened around 4:15 on MS 25 near Craig Spring. The Mississippi Highway Patrol says a Chevy Cobalt was going south when it was struck from behind by a pickup. In the car was Jamie and Holly Rogers of Starkville and 2 children. Holly and the 2 children were taken to the hospital by ambulance. Tragically, 8-year-old Wyatt Rogers was pronounced dead by the county coroner. The 5-year-old and Holly Rogers were both taken to the Jackson Hospital. The driver of the pickup was identified by troopers as 36-year-old Brad Mitchell. His injuries are unknown. The crash is still under investigation. If you'd like to help the family during this difficult time, a GoFundMe by the Rogers family has been set up, and you can find that link on our website at WCBI.com. A Lowndes County driver escaped serious injury after a scary crash. The accident happened on Sessoms Road Wednesday around 1 p.m. Deputies believe the driver overcorrected in her good Toyota and went off the road, coming to a stop in a ditch. District 4 and 5 volunteer firefighters were there to help, along with Lowndes County deputies and Baptist EMS. The driver was treated and released at the scene. Deputies continue to investigate the crash. Efforts are underway to restore a historic hotel in Aberdeen to its former glory and attract more development in the process. Aberdeen Main Street is spearheading a fundraiser campaign to purchase the former Parkway Hotel. The original building would be renovated and investors could build a restaurant, hotel rooms, and apartments. The fundraising campaign has collected about half of the $150 price purchase. Organizers say the project will not only improve the property, but also attract quality commercial and residential development.
It would greatly improve the downtown. Our town has seen a lot of resurgence lately. We've had some people come invest and redo the buildings. A lot of our buildings downtown have apartments in them, and we just hope that this will be an asset. It will be an asset to the Main Street community and just make our town even more beautiful.
Plans call for the 1-story motel portion to be demolished to make room for parking and landscaping. Aberdeen Main Street hopes to finalize the purchase by June. All right, now it's time for a look at our weather with meteorologist Vanessa Alonzo. Vanessa, how's it looking out there?
Oh, Stephanie, it is looking fantastic out there. Our Alpha Insurance Skycam network is showing the blue skies, the little puffy cumulus clouds, sunshine, temperatures in the 60s right now. Very nice, pleasant, but also a little bit cooler as we're getting a northwest wind that's picking up, and that's going to help those temperatures only stay today in the lower 70s for highs. But I'm tracking a beautiful weekend and warmer temperatures. More on that coming up in just a few minutes. Stephanie.
All right, thank you, Vanessa. Roughly 170 workers were employed at Flex Steel in Starkville. Now, all of those workers are forced to find new jobs. Employees tell us they are shocked and devastated by the sudden shutdown announced Wednesday. The Starkville facility closed temporarily in late March, but many employees say they never expected things to become permanent. For many employees, working at Flex Steel was their main source of income. Now they fear they won't be able to find another job due to the global pandemic.
I may take this time to go back to school. I know a lot of people are not hiring right now, so I'm not sure about work. And I don't qualify for regular unemployment, so, just making do with what I have.
I made bills for myself because I thought we was going to be a company that was going to last. Flex Steel, I thought Flex Steel was going to be here when my son got 44, turned 44. But it was a surprise, man. It hurt. It hurt too. It hurt.
The company says it's going to help workers retrieve financial benefits through the CARES Act to help get them through this tough time. The Starkville facility could close as early as June. There is a growing fear among workers about returning to their jobs during the COVID-19 pandemic. Some businesses that have laid off or furloughed workers are reopening. Those workers have been eligible for unemployment benefits. Governor Tate Reeves explains what might happen if someone refuses to go back to work.
Additional $600 in pandemic unemployment assistance runs out in July. And so those individuals that have been laid off, that get an opportunity to go back to work, I strongly encourage you, regardless of what the law may or may not say right now, to take that job back, and because you don't want to look up a month or so from now and be unemployed because of COVID-19 but yet you turn down a job and now you don't have one a month from now.
Reeves did not address state benefits. He also hopes businesses will work with employees that are at high risk for COVID-19. Following Executive Order 1466, all evictions are temporarily suspended within the state of Mississippi. Now, this is good news for families who may be struggling financially during the coronavirus pandemic, but experts say the outlook for the rental industry isn't good, especially if Mississippi State students do not return to campus in the fall. Richard Lindley owns rental properties in Starkville. He says the student housing complexes will be hit the hardest.
That it is a benefit being more of a long-standing property owner, that you can weather this, but for a lot of people this was a really tough time. Had a few people that have asked to get out of leases because they thought they needed to change their situation, maybe move home with parents or try to go somewhere else to find work.
Those in the rental business warn if colleges decided to move to an online format for classes, apartment complexes will see a significant drop in leasing agreements and renewals. Coming up, meteorologist Vanessa Alonso will have your forecast. And later, a nurse records her final days. We'll hear from the family of a coronavirus victim who documented her fight until the end. That and more still to come on Midday.
You're watching Midday on WCBI.
Welcome back. A community-wide food pantry will be open at the end of the next week in Lowndes County. But first, the United Way of Lowndes County needs your help. The event will be a drive-through, and if you live in Lowndes County, you can line up to get a little extra food. But as United Way Director Renee Sander tells our Chris Bolton, they need people to donate and volunteer.
What would you like the people to be able to donate and bring?
Well, now I said non-perishable items, but I would love for people to donate us diapers. Now that, no one has seen that anywhere, but I know that there's a need for diapers. But I would love to have just your basic essentials that you pretty much don't think about: bottled water, rice, spaghetti, your canned food items, sugar, oil, cooking oil, things of that nature. Those are the items, and I would love to encourage the people to buy what you would eat and to think about that mindset when you're shopping, and not shop in places that you wouldn't bring or shop for your family. So just be mindful of that when you're shopping. Treat this pantry like they were your family members and buy those things that you would want to have.
How many volunteers would you like? Is there a set number, a set goal that y'all would like to reach?
I'd love to have 200 volunteers. volunteers. And I know that sounds overwhelming because we do have to make sure that we are practicing social distance. And how do you practice social distance with a crowd? But I would also love to serve over 750 families as well through this drive-through. And there's no way 10 people can serve 750 families. So if an individual or a group is interested in volunteering, I do have a link that I would love for them to register. I need to talk to them before they show up. We don't need surprise volunteers the day of. We need to communicate and make sure they understand the guidelines. Everyone has to wear a mask. Everyone has to be in gloves. We have to practice social distancing, and there has to be different groups in different areas to make this thing work. So as long as if they like to volunteer, they can call United Way, and I'll get them the information that they need so that we can be safe when that day arrives.
We really appreciate what y'all are putting on. The community definitely needs this. Anything else you would like to mention, like to add?
If a person would like to donate financially, that they can't go out and get food, good, or items for us, then that is also a link that they can call, or they can mail a donation into United Way as well. If a person would love to actually help us with bigger bulk, moving of the bigger bulk items, we'll get these items in, but we're going to have to sort and organize and move those items. We're looking for a person that would be able to handle a forklift and help us move items into an 18-wheeler. I'd love to have some help like that, so bigger scale volunteers.
The drive-through pantry will be tomorrow outside the Lowndes County Sheriff's Department. Sanders is asking people to line up on Airline Road, and you must have an ID to prove that you live in Lowndes County. The pantry will operate 9 o'clock in the morning until 4 p.m. All right, our meteorologist Vanessa Alonso has one more look at your forecast.
Thanks a lot, Stephanie. All is cool for now, but warmer temperatures are moving in for the weekend. More on that coming up right after this.
Your WCBI First Alert AccuWeather forecast with meteorologist Vanessa Alonso.
Good afternoon. afternoon. Thank you so much for joining us here on Midday. It has been a beautiful last day of April so far, and it's going to get even better as we get into the month of May. Right now, we're just dealing with clear blue skies, a few puffy cumulus clouds out there on our Alpha Insurance Skycam in downtown Tupelo this afternoon. Same as well in downtown Columbus, right outside the WCBI studios. Temperatures have slowly been warming up throughout the morning, and now it will continue until the afternoon. I'm still expecting those temperatures to top out today in the lower 70s. Currently, we're sitting for the most part at 68 in Columbus, 66 in both West Point and Starkville, 68 as well in Tupelo. Now, we are still watching this cold front as it continues to move away from us, but it's bringing in the cooler, drier air into the central and southern part of the United States, and high pressure right now out to our west. This is going to be a key factor in our weather as we wrap up the week and head into the weekend, especially with our temperatures by Saturday and Sunday. But let's just focus on how great this afternoon is going to be. Lisa, I know you sent this picture of your Pomeranian kitty. He's our forecast for today. What an adorable puppy. I just love cute little dogs like this. And it's going to be a great afternoon to walk your dog, Lisa, as temperatures will be climbing up to 71 by the afternoon before we start cooling down into the 60s, 50s. And then it's going to be a chilly start for our Friday as temperatures by tomorrow morning will be at 49 degrees. And then we'll start seeing that warming trend with our temperatures. So here's the breakdown. As our cold front moves away from us, we could see maybe a few clouds heading into the afternoon, but I am expecting the sunshine to stick around as high pressure continues to build in out to our west. We're still going to have that breezy northwest wind anywhere from 20 to 25 miles per hour. So that is why we're still going to be on the cool side with our temperatures. And then heading into tonight, as the daytime heating goes back up into our atmosphere, it's going to allow those temperatures to bottom out by the morning in the upper 40s. So it's a chilly start to our Friday. But then, as you can see, our little wind arrows, they kind of make that switch in directions from the north to the south heading into our Friday. And that's going to play a big role in our temperatures by the weekend. How about 80s? Lots of sunshine. My advice to you, try to enjoy the fresh air while you can this weekend, because unfortunately we will see the return of showers and thunderstorms early next week. We'll be right back after this.
You're watching Midday on WCBI.
Welcome back. More than 14,000 healthcare professionals have contracted coronavirus in the United States, and at least 27 have lost their lives. One of them, Pamela Orlando, a nurse in New Jersey, has made a video diary about her own fight with the virus on camera before she died. Here's her story.
56-year-old Pamela Orlando was a frontline hero.
This is a woman who had everything to lose, and she still went out there on the front line saving lives.
The nurse from New Jersey worked 3 jobs. She was a breast cancer survivor and a single mom to 16-year-old Ryan and 23-year-old Reed.
I begged my mother to not go to work. I really did. I begged her, but that's not who my mom was.
Pamela worked at the Valley Hospital in Ridgewood, New Jersey.
Do you believe your mother was infected at work?
Absolutely.
From home, she started to document what would be the end of her life.
Today I have a fever that I can't get rid of. Day 2. Boy, do I feel like crap. Back pain, fever that won't break.
By day 3, she was hospitalized where she works.
Oh my God, this is no joke. I am so uncomfortable. My fever just broke, so I'm a little bit better. Fever of 104.6.
On the 5th day,
I feel horrible. Like so bad, like almost like I'm not gonna make it.
later in the day, she was struggling just to talk.
I can't even move without being short of breath. Just pray that I'm okay. Not sure what day it is. But I'm not getting better yet.
Pamela posted 5 more videos, but she didn't speak.
She was trying to log every day of the sickness to show the masses or whoever would watch it how this deathly virus can progress.
The day she died, April 16th, 24 days after she fell ill, Reed and Ryan visited her in the hospital, wearing proper protective equipment, along with their 80-year-old grandmother, Ann, who is Pam's mom.
She told my mom that she was going to take care of us and really protect us from anything, and that's what my mother really needed. She needed to know that me and my brother were going to be okay.
About 2 hours after the boys went to see her, 56-year-old Pamela Orlando passed away. I spoke with a friend of hers at the hospital who is a nurse, and she told me that almost every day she'd go into Pam's room in the ICU. Now, Pam was on a ventilator, unconscious, but she'd hold a cell phone up to Pam's ear. And she said nearly every time, Pam's heart rate, which was beating at a rapid rate, would come down considerably, and Pam's oxygen levels would rise notably. And that was a sign to the friend and to the boys that Pam heard them loud and clear. David Begno, CBS News, New York.
Pam Orlando's sons say their mother's life was all about saving others, and their goal now is to make an impact and help others who are affected by this pandemic, because that's what she would want them to do. We'll have more after the break.
Mr. Food is brought to you by Kroger. Fresh food, low prices.
If I asked you what dish you could eat at least once a week that you would never get bored with, what would it be? The one that stands out for me is roasted chicken. I mean, who doesn't love a fresh from the oven chicken with its crispy skin and all that flavor in every bite? So what do you say I show you how to make the best bird ever? After rinsing our chicken, we coat it with a mixture we made by combining some vegetable oil, lemon juice, chopped fresh rosemary, a bit of garlic powder, and salt and pepper. Here's a little tip. Cook your chicken on a roasting rack. This way, it'll cook evenly and allow the fat to drip away. And since we're lighting the oven anyway, we figured we might as well add some chunked up seasonal veggies that we toss with more of the seasoning mixture and roast them off at the same time in the same pan. And once the chicken reaches an internal temperature of 165 degrees and the juices run clear, it's done. And let me tell you, you won't have to ring the dinner bell twice to let your troops know that dinner is ready, since the whole house will smell amazing. To get the recipe for our lemon rosemary chicken, all you have to do is visit our website. I'm Howard of the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a foolproof way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
That looks so yummy.
You can never go wrong with roasted chicken.
Yes, I eat chicken at least once a week. It is delicious. Now, I would definitely try that recipe. I've never thought about using a baking rack.
Me neither.
But that would definitely help a little bit.
You'd be surprised. I mean, it'll help cook the chicken evenly, because sometimes, like, one side of the chicken could be burnt, the other side not. So it's like, it just evenly does it.
Well, that's a good lesson. And, you know, I actually made crawfish and shrimp pasta yesterday. So after that dish runs out, I would definitely be trying this.
Oh, I made a spinach and cheese ravioli yesterday, but definitely roasted chicken's on my list.
On our list. All right. Thank you guys for joining us. We will see you all back here tomorrow.